and welcome to Astrology Coaching by Anatoly. Today, I decided to make one short general horoscope of United States, and of course, I'm going to include the charts of Donald Trump, Biden, Nikki Haley, Michelle Obama, and Kamala Harris. This is just a general horoscope. Of course, this is important to be mentioned. Many people that are watching my channel, they wrote that it will be interesting if I discuss a little bit the chart of United States of Donald Trump. So I decided to do that, and of course I'm going to start from the chart of United States. First, as you can see, this is my screen, and this is Parashara Slide. This is my software which I'm using for um, when I'm doing my consultations. As you can see, this is the main chart here. I'm using the date 4th of July is 1776. In the right, you see the D9 chart for all people who know Vedic astrology. This is the Navamsha chart. Below are the dashas, the karkas. Here is the moon chart, and this is the birth chart details. So basically, the United States have, according to Vedic astrology, has Sagittarius ascendant. Ketu is in the second house in Capricorn together with Pluto. You know probably when in Vedic astrology when we are doing mundane astrology, we have to use the outer planet for certainty. Because Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune, they are playing a crucial role for general predictions related to mundane astrology. But if you maybe people who are already enrolled to my online video course Vedic Astrology for Beginners, they already know because I have a special lesson for mundane astrology. You can check my course. The link is somewhere below in the comments or in the description of the video. So basically, United States, the chart of United States has ascendant in Sagittarius. The second house is Capricorn together with Pluto and Ketu. The third house is Aquarius, ruled by Aquarius, and Moon is situated in Aquarius. So let's say that at this point, United States is in the period of Sadesati, because Saturn is transiting over the Moon of United States, which means that there can be some issues, there can be some problems, there can be some challenges associated with the nation, because Moon is the nation in mundane astrology. The fourth house is ruled by Pisces. You see the number 12 is the zodiac sign Pisces, because Pisces is the 12th zodiac sign. The fifth house is ruled by Aries, 6 by Taurus. You can see that Uranus is placed here. The seventh house is ruled by Gemini, and you can see Mars, Venus, Jupiter, and Sun placed in the seventh house. The eighth house is ruled by Cancer. You see Rahu and Mercury retrograde here. Ninth house is ruled by Leo. 10th house is ruled by Virgo, and Saturn and Neptune are placed here. 11th house is ruled by Libra. I forgot the English word. Libra. And the 12th house is ruled by Scorpio. So this is the chart of United States. What is interesting, apart from the Sarasati, now I'm going to open the transit chart just to show you, and then I'm going to proceed with Donald Trump's chart. This is the animated transits, just to go for 2024. Okay. As you can see, the inner circle are the natal planets, and the outer circle, these are the transits. So basically, as you can see here, number 11 is Aquarius. Saturn is over the moon of the United States. This is the period of Sarasati. If you have, I have written about Sarasati in my book Vedic Astrology Easy and Simple, so you can check it. But basically, as I told you, this is a time of challenges. What is interesting is that Rahu, the north node of the moon, here, and Ketu here, they are placed in the fourth house. Rahu is placed in the fourth house, which in mundane astrology is associated with the people, the nation, the territory. It is associated with riots, with revolutions in some way. There is some kind of struggles. Riot is the best English word for that. And with the opposition, with the properties to, with lands, with minerals associated with land. However, the 10th house in mundane astrology is associated with the government, with the president, with the prime minister, the person who is ruling, or the institution that is ruling a country. So Ketu, the indicator of a spiritual lesson, death and rebirth, terrorism, aggression, it is transiting over the 10th house, which means that there can be issues associated with the person who is ruling the country. In this case, is the president. So for sure, there can be change of the president. There can be issues associated with the president, because Ketu is the indicator of spiritual liberation, and this spiritual liberation from the material chains comes with pain, comes with struggles. So definitely Rahu and Ketu, they are the points that causes eclipses. So there will be events associated in the United States that are associated with the territory of the country, with the nation, with the people, with how to say, with the opposition in the United States. There will be some issues because Rahu is one of the points that cause eclipses in the fourth house. The other thing is that, I don't know whether you hear, but there is something going on outside. I'm sorry. I hope you hear now. Um, so Ketu will cause problems with the government, with the president, and as you can see in April, I'm going to show you. In April is the point when the events will start happening. This will be the eclipse on 8th of April, I think is the eclipse. Yes, on 8th of April, you see that there is Rahu, Moon, and Sun. This is the eclipse time in the fourth house. So there can be some events associated with the territory of the United States. There can be some some issues associated with the nation. There can be some events that can cause, for example, riots. There can be some. I'm sorry. There can be some issues that cause riots, or there can be something associated with the nation, something associated with the territory in the United States. The other interesting thing is that Jupiter and Uranus will come together around the middle of April. You see Jupiter here, the number one. When you see Jupiter and Uranus will come together um, on the around 16th of April, which can cause a lot of issues, or not issues, a lot of events. Let's say events. You know from my video that Jupiter is expansion, Uranus is revolutions, sudden events, big changes, and fifth house, apart from entertainment business, holidays, in mundane astrology, fifth house rules aristocracy, diplomacy, and it is associated with kings again, or the death of the king, the death of the ruler. So basically, there can be a lot of events associated again related with the ruler, with the president, with the king. In the case of the United States, this is the president, or events associated with the people who are at the high level in society, diplomacy, people associated with aristocracy, the people with the big money, for example, because aristocracy, oh, how to pronounce it? Aristocracy, yes, aristocracy is, I'm sorry, my English is not my native language. Aristocracy is the people who have the people with The millionaires, of course. Nowadays, these are the aristocracy. Uh, in, of course, generally said. So definitely for United States, the big event starts from the spring of 2024. It will start with the eclipse, then with Jupiter Uranus. So there can be a lot of events related with the country, with the territory of the country, with the nation, with the aristocracy, or with the head of the states, of I mean the president of the United States. And remember that Ketu is transiting over. Ketu is a death, is a transformation, is aggression, is so there is some kind of risk associated with the president, or risk or change associated with the president, the ruler of the country. But what is interesting, the interesting part in United States will come with the election. Let me go to the election. I don't know, it's around November 2024, but the eclipse for United States in the autumn will be in your 10th house, and it will be associated with Ketu. Ketu will be the point that causes the eclipse. So definitely there can be some kind of loss. There can be some kind of problems that can that will happen in order to learn important lesson. So definitely there will be events around the autumn of 2024, but the big events will come at the beginning of 2025. Just I want to show you. First, at the beginning of 2025, Rahu, you see here, number 12 is Pisces, Rahu and Neptune, see, this is Neptune, they will come together in the fourth house, the house of the land, the people, the territory. And this means that there can be, Rahu is a head that wants to eat all the time, and it is associated, it has the same traits as Uranus. And Neptune is illusion, delusion, it's spirituality. It is associated with false, with fake news. It is associated with illusions, with something that is not real, something that is hidden from the eyes of people. And when Rahu and Neptune come together, there can be a lot of there can be some kind of lie, there can be some kind of fake news, there can be something that is not real, and Rahu will exaggerate this lie, and Rahu will cause a lot of a big illusion. So you have to be careful, because this is associated with the nation, with of the United States. So definitely this can cause a lot of problems. The other option is that Neptune is associated with water, and there can be a lot of what is the English word, drownings, or a lot of water, and there can be some problems with the water or the nature. There can be some big storms or something like this that can bring a lot of water and drowning. We will see, but definitely Rahu and Neptune can cause a lot of troubles, and the things are getting even worse, because then, as you can see, the planets are moving. In the beginning of 2024, the first few months, Saturn is going in Pisces and will come together with Rahu and Neptune. And Saturn is the planet of death, the karmic lessons. This is really one of the biggest malefic in Vedic astrology, and this can cause a lot of trouble. Can you imagine Rahu, Saturn, Neptune come together with the smaller planets like Venus, Mercury? This can cause a lot of events, especially in the beginning of 2025. So there can be for sure events going on in the United States which will reflect the whole world, because United States is the biggest economic power at this point, and one of the most important countries, with the most influential countries. So definitely 2025 will be important year for the whole world. And Pisces is not very positive zodiac sign, as you probably know. Pisces associated with suffering, with ending, with losses, with expenditure. It is related with Christianity in some way, with Jesus Christ. But this is not a very a sign that brings prosperity. Of course, if you are dealing with spirituality, if you are dealing with creativity, with yoga, meditation, it can give you a lot of prosperity, but most of the time it is associated with endings. It is associated with crisis. It is associated with immigrations in some way. Definitely, the events in 2025 will be interesting, and this conjunction of Saturn, Rahu, and Neptune can cause of a lot of delusions, illusions, suffering. There will be a lot of events, especially in the United States. They will be associated with the territory of the country and the nation. Of course, this is just a general explanation of the chart. Now I want to check the chart of Trump. I always give, for example, as an example, the chart of Trump, especially in my online Vedic video course that I have. I always give the chart of Trump because his chart is definitely an example, can be used as an astrological example. First, what is the situation with Trump? Trump is in the dasha, you see here, in the dasha of Jupiter Ketu. Jupiter, okay, we can say that Jupiter looks okay, although it is not in his favorite zodiac sign. Jupiter doesn't like Virgo, doesn't like Mercury, the ruler of Virgo. But the subdasha of Donald Trump is Ketu. As I told you, Ketu is the indicator of detachment from the material world, spiritual liberation, suffering, death, aggression, terrorism. So definitely this is not the best period for Donald Trump, especially till September 2024. As you can see here in the right, I can check for people who are coming for a consultation with me. I check here your dashas and decide what will be the event for you. And definitely this period of Ketu, of Jupiter Ketu, is not the best period of Donald Trump because he can face a lot of troubles, a lot of problems. He can face transformation, even death, because Ketu is in Scorpio. The good news here is that Ketu is exalted in Scorpio, feels really okay, but Ketu is a difficult planet, difficult point. Ketu is a point, but basically in Vedic astrology we call it shadowy planet. That's why I call it planet. And this is the south node of the moon. And for sure, this is a time for that Donald Trump has to be very, very careful. And he is not in the best position. He will face a lot of struggles, a lot of problems. In September 2024, Donald Trump will go in the dasha of Jupiter Venus. Venus in his chart is in the 12th house. Basically, Venus in the 12th house is not the best position. Venus 12th house is associated with losses, expenditures, endings, retirement. So I would not say that Donald Trump has the best planetary periods for winning the elections of United States. But here, because Venus is in the 12th house, the losses, the prisons, the hospitals, the endings, which is not the best position for winning, right? The good news for Donald Trump, I'm going to show you the transit, is that Jupiter, you see here, Jupiter, his main dasha planet, is transiting over the 10th house. The 10th house is the house of career, the social status, the manager. This is the house of the management, the CEOs. And when Jupiter is transiting over the house of career, it always guides you. It always gives you a lot of opportunities, a lot of luck. So Jupiter, if Donald Trump wins the elections, he will win the elections only because Jupiter is transiting over the 10th house. If there was no such transit of Jupiter in the 10th house, with these planetary positions, with this dasha, I'm not sure he is going to win the elections. But Jupiter gives opportunities, give luck, give blessings. So I don't know who is going to be the winner, of course, the president next year. But Jupiter here, I can say that makes makes the life of Donald Trump a little bit more easier, especially after May 2024. But till September, but the planetary dasha of Donald Trump are not very good. As you can see, Jupiter, Ketu, which is associated with struggles, then Jupiter, Venus, which is associated in some way with losses or issues, or he can face prison, because 12th house is associated with prison. But Venus is in Punarvasu Nakshatra, which means try again, the return of the light, which is a good nakshatra. Return of the light can mean the returning of the president, right? Just kidding. Now we are going to check the chart of Joe Biden. This is his chart according to the information that I found in online. He is in the dasha of Saturn. He started this dasha in 2022. Previously, he has the dasha of Jupiter, which is exalted, which was really good dasha for him. But now, since 2022, definitely he faces more struggles, more problems, more difficulties, because Saturn is the planet of death, the karmic planet, the planet of struggles, delays, diseases, pain. His Saturn is strong because Saturn is placed in the seventh house, where this planet gets directional power, and in Taurus, Saturn feels okay because Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Venus is friend of Saturn. The issue is that Saturn is transiting over the fourth house of Joe Biden, which is associated with your nation, the place where you are born, with your inner peace, with your mother, with lands, of course, your lands. So it is associated with the grave too. So definitely Joe Biden with this dasha, I'm not sure he's going to feel okay. And of course, the year, his age will will play crucial role in his presidency, and I'm not sure. I don't know whether he's going to be. He will. As far as I know, he will be the representative. Most probably, he will be the representative of the Democratic parties. I'm not an USA citizen, so I'm not very good, but at this. But as far as I know, he will be the. He will, how to say, apply again for president or something like this. And but with this Saturn dasha, okay, it's a strong dasha, but he will feel the age. Since 2022, he will feel the age, the influence of the age, and especially after 2025, he goes in the dasha of Saturn, Mercury, and Mercury is in the 12th house, retirement, the house of hospitals. Then it will go to in the dasha of Ketu, which is associated with death, with endings, with spiritual lessons. So definitely, he has Saturn is a strong planet, planetary period. Just I'm not sure he will have the power to become the next president. Although because of the age, which is important, which is really important, because he is in the dash of Saturn, which will make him feel even older. You know what I mean? Okay, so the next is Nikki Haley. For Nikki Haley and Michelle Obama, I couldn't find the exact time of birth, so I would not analyze them. Just I'm going to say that both Nikki Haley and Michelle Obama, they have moon that is they are in a Sati period, especially Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama is in a Sati period, which means that she can face Sati period is can give a lot of opportunities, but there is a price that you have to pay. So I'm not sure she will feel, because I heard that there are some kind of opportunity to that Michelle Obama can become the representative of democratic parties for United States. But with this Saraswati, I'm not sure she will feel okay. Of course, I don't know the ascendant because I don't know the time of birth. But when a person is in a Saraswati, he doesn't or she doesn't feel very. She can get more responsibilities, but I'm not sure she will be successful. There can be a lot of challenges, and as you can see in the dasha, first she will go into Ketu dasha in 2025. Ketu is not the best dasha for a president of the United States. So if she tries to become a president, there will be a lot of problems and a lot of challenges, and I'm not sure she will feel okay. I don't think she will. I don't think she wants to become a president. Of course, because she's more creative type of personality. I think more to the people and to do some. If she how to explain, she's more like philanthropic or humanitarian type of personality. Of course, she can be a good manager too, because as you can see, she has Sun, Mars, and Saturn in Capricorn. Don't get me wrong, of course, she can do it. But with this Saraswati period, I'm not sure she will be the successful president that everybody needs at this time. And she will not feel okay emotionally because of the Saraswati. And the last chart is the Kamala Harris. To be honest, Kamala Harris has the best chart. For all people that I discussed, Kamala Harris has the best chart. She has, as we can check the animate transits. As you can see, Ketu is transiting over her 4th house, but Rahu is transiting over her 10th house, the house of career, success, the house of social status. And when Rahu is transiting there, she will have an opportunity to shine, to be the winner, to get more opportunities to develop and to get a higher social status. So definitely Kamala Harris have a lot of opportunities coming for the next year for sure. And she's in the dasha, as you can see here, she's in the dasha of Rahu Venus. Rahu in her natal chart, as you can see here, is in the 1st house, which is really important. This means that there will be boost of the personality. There can be a lot of changes of her life, and there can be sudden success, sudden fame associated with Kamala Harris. And she can change her life in the next year a lot, especially the natal Rahu is in the 1st house, which is associated with personality, fame, with the whole life of one person. And Rahu, the main dasha planet, is transiting over the house of career and success, which of course is a big success. The sub-dasha is Venus. Venus is in the 3rd house, which means in Leo, in its own nakshatra, Purva Falguni. Just to show you. You see? Venus here in the 3rd house in Purva Falguni, which is associated with, of course, with art, but it is associated to be something like to be on the stage. Leo is the sign of president of the politician. So definitely, I think Kamala Harris will get a lot of opportunities in the next year. She has really good dasha, and after this, but I don't know whether she will be the best. If she become something like a big leader in the United States, she will be more diplomatic type of leader, because Sun and Mercury are in Libra, which is the sign of diplomacy. And Mars in her chart is debilitated, and Mars is aggression, is competition. And when it's debilitated, this means that she doesn't have the energy to be the aggressive leader. You know, she will be a very diplomatic leader, and she will have a diplomatic, gentle touch, which is nice, right? Okay, so this was the short video. I hope I explained it well. Apologize for the sounds. I don't know whether you hear the sounds, but there was something like ambulance running outside my window, and this was the reason uh, for waiting the sound to stop. Okay, so Thank you for watching. I hope you like it. And yeah, if you want a consultation, you can check my website. If you want to become my student, you can enroll to my pre-recorded online video course, Vedic Astrology for Beginners. All the links you can find below in the description of the video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.